Hey everybody, and welcome to the February vlog. In this vlog, I'm going to be showing you guys some of my favorite drills and how my ride goes and how I just ride my horses in general because that's just what you guys wanted, so I'm here to deliver. So right now I'm just loading up all my tack, that is all my bits and my split reins and my nesty bell boots, both pairs. Then I went down and caught Ellie, and then I hopped on Smarty and walked him bareback to get him tied up. And Smarty was the first one I was gonna ride that day, so I had to groom him. This was the hard brush, and this is obviously sped up, but he was disgusting, so it took a lot of brushing, and he's also shedding, so you can see me picking off a ton of hair off the brushes because it just collects a ton of his hair and then you can't brush with it at all. So it took me a while to pick all this stuff out and make sure that he was clean enough to ride so that he wouldn't be uncomfortable. Then this is a shedding blade that I was putting on him. I was showing the camera how much fur I was getting off of him. He is a woolly mammoth in the winter, so he always has to get a ton of shedding done and whenever spring or the warmer weather rolls around, so this was definitely kind of a shedding day for him. That is definitely for sure. Then it was time for saddling. I didn't get much footage of me cinching him up, but that is me putting on his bell boots, obviously. And then we had Ellie. This is Ellie's turn. And then after I saddled Ellie, I put in Smarty's bit since he was the first one I was gonna ride. And he was falling asleep while I was putting his bit in for some weird reason. And I had to fix the other ear on his thing and then fix his actual ear. And yeah, he was not very interested. Then I set up barrels and then I had to hop on him. And then the tripod fell right before I started warming up, so that's great. But I set it back up, and look at how absolutely adorable this horse is. I mean, come on. He's so cute, man. And then I put on his barrel reins, and then I hopped back on after fixing the tripod and drinking some water because I was dehydrated because it was like 62. And then this is the first drill of the day. So this is a drill that I learned from one of my other trainers. And pretty much you approach the barrel, you stop where you would normally rate your horse, you back up about 6 steps, and then you make them round up, keep their butt in, and kind of be in like a C shape or in like a parentheses shape, if that makes sense. And then just keep them round. And then you just stay dropped around the barrel, like keep your other hand on your horn and just go one-handed around the barrel until your horse can circle it by themselves. And I did that on every barrel. I started at a walk, just because slow work is very important. Stopped him, and then I wait for it. Back him up about 6 steps. It doesn't have to be precise or anything. This isn't fancy schmancy stuff. You just back them up about 6 steps, then you round them, keep them round throughout the barrel, and they should be able to hold themselves to stay round throughout that entire barrel. And you just want them to trot around it without you having to help them, besides with your feet, because as many times as you touch your horse in their mouth with the bit is how many seconds you lose on your time. And that is just, obviously, barrel racing is very speed-based. But I did this on every barrel with Smarty because this really helps him to get paying attention to me, and he really does like to hollow out in some of his runs, and it can just make him very much fail in the turns. So I really worked on getting him to finish them. I haven't been posting many of my runs lately because I just haven't had time, but I've really been focused. he hasn't been like finishing his third and second very well, so I was really focused on getting him to finish his barrels a lot better today. This is another trot through, and again, I rate him at about his normal spot, and then we do the same thing, round him up, and make sure that he can turn it without me having to help him very much, besides with my feet. But I don't want to have to help him in his bit at all. This is another drill I learned from Sherry Servey. It's you trot up to the barrel, and then you go around it, like, obviously I saw a video of Sherry Servey, but you trot up to the barrel and then just go in a circle, like, right next to it. I hope I'm explaining this well. But it's just to teach the horse to finish it, because Smarty has had such a tough time to not finish his barrels lately, and then you just go on. So there you lope forward, and then you stop them and back them up to get them paying attention and letting them know, like, hey, we're not running through the pattern or anything. And then you go up to the barrel, and then you just kind of almost do like a rollback, like once or twice, to teach them to do that. And then you just do the turn, and then you go on with the pattern. And you do that on whatever barrels you have problems with, I guess, but I did that on his first two because he could use it on every barrel. This is the cruise through after all that work. Obviously, I didn't include all the work because this was like a 45-minute recording. And so this is his cruise through. So pretty and so much better, and my riding was also better. Now it was Ellie's turn. Of course, I gave her some cuddles, and this is the yawn. That's 1. This is the yawn attack. That's yawn number 2. Yawn number 3 right there. I don't know why she was yawning so much. Yawn number 4. Yep, right there. Yep, that's a yawn. And she was just very yawny. And that's yawn number 5. And I thought she was gonna bite me, I'm gonna be honest. And then a cute little shake. And then finally, after all the yawns, I got on, and she looks very unamused. And then after I got straight back off, and I raked up all around the barrels so that whenever I took her through, she wouldn't trip. And I warm her up right where she would start the barrel pattern if you were to take a circle and catch a lead, to keep her mind calm, because she used to get super hyper and hot and excited over here in that area. So I just worked on keeping her calmer in this area to just keep her mind calm, and she's been so much better with not getting too hot. Currently in the video that you're seeing, I'm doing some small rollbacks, just working on feet coordination and stuff like that, making sure she'll cross her front feet over. And then I trotted the other way, obviously. Got a trot and lope on both reins, so a lot of trotting was important because it was a hot day and I don't want to shock her muscles or anything like that. And then we loped off, which she looks very spicy, but it wasn't that big of a hop, I promise. She's just very, I guess, rude whenever it comes to warming up. And then I stop her there, and then I back her up. I always make sure to back my horses up because it just gives them a better stop. And then obviously I turn her around, and I trot her for a little bit in the circle before loping off to the right, just because I want her to be like waiting on me to ask her to lope off, if that makes sense. This is another drill I do. Again, it's kind of the same thing, except I can't remember what I was doing in this video, I'm gonna be completely honest. Anyway, there we go. We're doing the same drill I did with Smarty. I'm explaining how she's going like straight square to the barrel, which doesn't make for a very good turn. It can for some horses, but especially for Ellie, that can be a big problem of her not staying rounded. So I back her up about 6 steps, round her up kind of like a parenthesis, and then get her to trot off. And I was really working on keeping her stood up instead of her trying to lay down and turn it. It's really weird how she does that. And then obviously keep circling the barrel until your horse can do it by themselves, because then they'll never learn to do it by themselves. I did it on every barrel, rated, but she put her butt way too far towards the second, which, don't worry, it gets fixed. Back her up, round her up, and then again, go around it. I was really focusing on keeping her, closer to the barrels in the slow work, and she did a lot better. And I was mainly just working on being able to go freely in there, rate her, and then obviously back her up, and then bring her butt in and round her up, again like a parenthesis, and trot around it. And you know the drill, just go one-handed and keep going around it until they can do an even and clean barrel by themselves. And that's pretty much the drill. It's pretty simple after you figure it out, but you also have to pay attention to your horse, keep their ribs like gathered up, and keep them round the whole time. This is again, same thing. Another drill that I didn't put in this video was going and running past the barrel, because Ellie had such a problem with dropping her shoulder when I wasn't supposed to, and running past a barrel does so much for a horse that anticipates a barrel. You just literally lope them up to the barrel like you're about to turn it, but do not look at the barrel. Look straight past it, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, sorry I'm not talking about what's actually on the screen here. But yeah, again, same drill, same concept, just doing it over and over again to get that kind of drilled into her head to an extent so that it actually, you know, affects something in this. But her third barrel has gotten literally so much better, and you guys can see she put her butt in already, kind of at the third, and she was kind of picking it up on it already to shape up and then go around the barrel on her own. She did so good with everything I asked her that day. I don't know, like, why she was so good. She was just really good that day. She wasn't, like, super hot or excited. She was just chill, and everything was good with her. So, I don't know why she was acting so good, but she did really good with finishing it. This is the cruise through after all the slow work. Literally so much better. She did save my butt right there on the second, because we would have hit it. But seriously, so much prettier and so clean and so gorgeous. Perfect, honestly. Gave her lots of love-ins because she deserves it. And then after that, I unsaddled her after walking her down for a really long time, and then it's Scratchy's time. She loves her scratches on her face. She's just always itchy. I figured out that she always likes to scratch on like a fence, or she scratches her face on like her leg or something after I ride her, so I decided to start giving her scratches myself and give her lots of kisses. And she has learned every time I take the bridle off, that means it's scratches time. So, I mean, it's cute. It definitely strengthens our bond and stuff. And then finally, I let her leave, and then she went off and rolled. And that is definitely going to be a hard one to get all that dirt out. As you can tell, she very much enjoyed scratching herself on the dirt. But as you can tell, she loves getting disgusting in the dirt so that I have to deal with it. And she really enjoys rolling every time after she rides. Now, with all that being said, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you guys so much for watching. And leave, if comments are on, if they're off for some reason, go comment on one of my shorts and just let me know what it is. But please comment some more vlog ideas. I have a ton, but some of them are just like kind of hard to do. And so I would love for more ideas. I can always use more ideas. If you ever get a random idea, just go to one of my shorts or go to one of my videos and comment, be like, hey, I have a video idea, because I always need them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more drills, let me know. And that's pretty much it, but I hope you guys enjoyed the drills, and happy riding. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!